Hello everybody, welcome back to another 4 Eyes Games video. Today I will be going to DRES, continuing my InterPlanetary series. And for those wondering, my InterPlanetary series is a series where I get a hit colony/base on every planet or moon in the Kerbal system. And for Jewel, I'll be getting a space station there. So let's get into the video. The first thing we will talk about is the lander, which has, for the main pressurized part, a MK1 lander king. On top of it, it has 2 thermometers, 2 seismic accelerators, and 2 gravioli detectors, as well as 2 mystery goo containers and 1 boom magma meter. It also has 1 Communitron 88-88 hit on top of it and 2 RTGs. Below this pressurized section is a fuel tank with 1 spark engine and 4 twitch engines. Attached to the sides of the fuel tank are 4 landing legs. The rocket has an interplanetary stage which consists of a fuel tank and a Wolfhound engine, and the launch stage which consists of a fuel tank and an Orca engine, which is part of a mod. The SRBs are 2 Clydesdale SRBs that provide extra thrust during launch. And now it's time for our launch. Alright, so welcome to the video for those who skipped to the launch. But first, let's quickly go over the lander, MK1 lander king, fuel tank, engines, and then the rocket has an interplanetary stage, a launch stage, and an SRB stage. Very simple. Alright, so let's talk about the mission, because that's what we should probably talk about first. Alright, so the mission is going to DRES, continuing my InterPlanetary series, where the goal is to get a colony/base on every planet or moon in the Kerbal system. Skipping Jewel, of course, because we cannot land there, so instead I will get a space station to orbit Jewel. The landing spot is going to be the DRES Canyon. And that's about it for the mission. So let's talk about what you guys are currently seeing. Currently, I'm setting up an escape berg from Kerbing so that I can escape its sphere of influence and get to DRES. For me, DRES was pretty difficult. It was much more difficult than normal missions, and I think that's just because of its tilt, its orbital tilt. Anyways, currently I'm performing my escape burn, I believe. The rocket's delta V is relatively high. I got there very snugly and with just enough delta V. I had maybe 400 extra delta V when I landed, which is nice. I like having extra delta V. Anyways, my next video is going to be going to the Julian system, specifically getting a space station around Jewel, which is exciting. I feel like Jewel is cool and its system is even cooler. Alright, so right now you can see I am time warping to my maneuver node so that I can adjust my orbital tilt so that my orbital tilt matches that of DRES, so that getting to DRES will be a little bit easier. Anyways, that's my orbital tilt berg right there. And so yes, that's very cool. Anyways, I have to deploy my fairing so that I can deploy my antenna so that I can have full control of the ship. Because I do not have a pilot, I have a scientist. Anyways, you can see here I am setting up my approach, which I'm close, and now I'm even closer. Cool tip, if your bergs require really high precision, going to the map and just lightly tap shift so that you can really get your maneuver precise. And if clicking shift moves a bit too fast or a bit too much, then you can turn down the thrust limiter on the engine, and that's something I do quite often. Anyways, I am performing my approach berg right there, and now you can see me doing the thing I was just talking about, turning down the thrust limiter. And now my throttle's very slow. It's very low, and I am getting a very slow approach. So there we go. Slowly but surely, we have our DRES approach. Now, there's setting up my orbit. Another cool tip. If you like having perfect orbits, but you can't seem to get it, make sure your maneuver node is perfectly placed on periapsis. Here I made that mistake and it wasn't perfectly placed on periapsis, so my orbit will, I don't think, ever be perfect from this maneuver node. But that's okay. Anyways, look at DRES. Yes, okay. Any moment now, I believe I will have a DRES Canyon encounter where we will fly right over DRES Canyon. I feel like I worded that wrong, so I will rephrase it as the Canyon of DRES. Okay, anyways, is it just me, or does the canyon look quite small when you're flying over it? Like, I thought it was supposed to be this grand thing, and when I'm flying over it, it looks really small. So, yeah, is it just me, or does it always look like that? Also, is it normal for DRES to be unexpectedly hard? Because it was quite difficult for me. I'm not sure if I have already said this, but it was quite difficult. And I didn't play Kerbal Space Program because I was so let down by the misleading difficulty of DRES. Of course, it might not be actually difficult, and I was just messing something up. But yeah, so tell me in the comments. Is DRES really supposed to be this difficult as it was for me? Okay, anyways, here I am performing my landing approach in the DRES Canyon. I actually didn't initially plan to land in the DRES Canyon. That's just kind of where I decided to land, in the middle of the mission. Anyways, here I am approaching landing. I messed this landing up just a little bit, and I'll tell you when I mess it up. I mess it up like multiple times. One time is like right here where I start doing all those flips, but don't worry, I was able to recover using full thrust to jettison away from the surface of the planet. Anyways, I am landing with my InterPlanetary stage as normal, and I get a little too throttle happy and full throttle away, which of course kind of defeats the purpose of landing with my InterPlanetary stage, but it's okay because I still landed safely. So let's deploy my instruments, like the boom magnometer antenna, which has been previously deployed, and my solar panel, which kind of looks bad because it kind of clips through the antenna and boom magnometer, but that's okay. Anyways, there is our lovely scientist who I unfortunately forgot whose name, but I have done my science and I'm going to transmit it, which unfortunately we had nowhere near enough battery. Anyways, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Bye!